What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Dokkan. Now, we haven't talked about the Shadow Dragons in a good minute. We really need to do this, because these events are interesting. Now, today we're going to work on Naturon Shenron. That is the fourth one in the list. I know I haven't covered 2 or 3. We're going to come back and cover those here shortly, but these are the new ones out, and probably people will know about these more often than not. So, this one's not terribly difficult, but there is like a huge caveat to this. So, number one, there are 2 stages in this. There is the first physical stage, in which the first form of Naturon Shenron will actually limit movement. In other words, he'll lock some units down into certain positions. The second stage, he can actually seal units, and he is now a strength unit. So, in other words, what we really want to do is we want to run as many AGL superclass units as we possibly can. Now, because this dude does insane damage, I mean, wild and crazy damage, there's one major thing we really need out of everybody on this team, and that is defense stacking, or at least guard. Defense stacking usually is going to work out better in the long run. So every single unit here does have a really decent amount of defense stacking, and we're going to pay really close attention to that as we get into the run. Now, as far as items go, you can actually do this without items. I'm actually going to take the Bulma item off here just to see if we can kind of manage this. I keep a Princess Snake around just for such emergencies, but I think we could do this without. So let's go ahead and jump in here and go to town. So, first things first, I do want to turn off auto battle. Definitely don't want to deal with that. And the main thing we want to do is we want to make sure that everybody gets their defense stacking. So, kicking this off, number one. Okay, so Gohan's in the middle and Gohan is locked down. That's bad, but not far from worst case scenario. So when it comes to them, remember, they're going to stack basically indefinitely, almost until, well, basically until they transform. So we want to get as many SAs off of them as we possibly can. They're a great way to stack. UI Goku, he will stack. Let's see here. Yeah. So colossal damage to the enemy and high chance of performing a critical hit. I take the back. He doesn't stack at all. I thought he did, but apparently not. But with his dodge and everything, he just gets better as time goes on. So, really, since he is more of a, I guess, dodge unit, we can kind of keep him on the backside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed them. I'm going to go ahead and give Gohan as much as I possibly can, because, you know, he's really good. He's going to stack indefinitely. And we'll do that. And it really doesn't matter what we give that Goku. The MUI Goku, he'll just be great when he kind of gets around to doing his active skill and all that. So, boom, nice, we got a critical out of that. We really do want criticals in this situation. Normally, I really recommend putting double attack into a lot of units, and with every unit here, being that we are stacking, you do want, obviously, additionals. But what I've done for most of these units is I've gone in and I've given them a combination of critical hit and extra attack. So we should get some critical hits pretty regularly with most of these units. That's assuming they don't already have critical built in, but nevertheless, there we go. Now, there is the tendency to want to rush this early stage, but because Naturon Shenron is going to hit so hard once we get to the second stage of this fight, I really don't want to do that. I want to focus more on just building up SAs. So, this Goku, I believe he stacks on his U Super. Yeah. So, raises defense and causes mega colossal damage on his U Super. His 12 key will actually do raise his attack, but only for 1 turn. So, we really want to focus on getting a U Super for him. Okay, it don't matter too much who we put where here. Because so, yeah, he's only going to get what we give him here. So if I give him too little, he's going to kind of walk away from this with next to nothing. So let's give that to Goku. We can go ahead and build up that, and then really, yeah, so we'll get the U Super with this Goku, and that's the most important factor. We really need that U Super with him in order to build his attack stacking. I know we're putting him off rotation, and it is not favorable to do that, but I'd rather stack his attack than, you know, or I'm sorry, stack his defense than not get anything much at all out of him. Nice part is Goku has a chance to counterattack, so if he gets that Said, it is what it is. And obviously this Int unit would be at a major disadvantage here, so keeping, I mean, he was locked down anyway, but if I could keep him out of getting in any position he could attack him would be good. Now, the nice part is I've taken anyone off the team that could be physical, just because Naturon Shenron hits so hard when he gets to strength phase. So, obviously, the Int unit on this team would be really nice if we could keep him out of the fight. It's not super critical here, but once we get to the later half of the match, it will make a massive, massive difference. Okay, so we've got a Gohan that's already stacked a bit. Oh, but he is locked down, and that is unfortunate. Oof. Well, got very little choice in the matter, so we'll do that. We'll do that, and I'm actually going to do that because we want to get the rest of that key down. So this will work. This will work. And basically anything we can do here with these Gohans is just going to improve them. So we don't really need to worry too much about that. All right. Did we get a critical hit? Be nice if we got a crit. I think that's my... Well, actually, no, I take that back. I think the other one's... There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Actually, I don't know why I'm thirsty for crits yet. We don't want to go too hard on this opponent. Like I said, everything in this early stage is about stacking. All right. And you'll notice that we don't do a huge amount of damage. He's very defensive here. And that's... I don't want to say by design, but like I said, we're definitely not trying to push the envelope here. All right. So, Gohan's doing 2 attacks. That's really good for us. Notice that despite his attack stat, he's only doing like a mil. That's just how defensive this guy is. Okay. So, I have active skills, but I'm going to hold off on those. Let's see. Let's do that and that. Yeah, that's a wise maneuver right there. Now, once again here, oh, he'll raise defense, and never mind, he raises defense on his base attacks. We don't want to feed him too much. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and give him... I'll give him that. Sounds crazy, but trust me, I think it's going to work out in our favor. Alright. So like I said, UI Goku, not really... I mean, he's going to stack no matter what he does, but he's not really the one I'm worried about in this situation. So him being locked down isn't the worst thing ever. There we go. There we go. We're moving on here shortly. Now, the really nice part is we'll have a triple AGL stage once this round comes back. So maybe the next round is the round I really want to try to finish this off in. We'll see if we get a chance, though. Counterattack? No counter. Ooh, that was a big hit. That was not a comfy hit. We do have a revival on this team, so we can utilize that, but obviously I don't want to try to utilize that until a bit later. Okay. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here, but I need you to get a critical hit out of it. No? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So good. He didn't take too much damage, and that's perfect. So now, all these active skills and all these transformations I'm going to hold off on. I don't necessarily want to waste Gohan here, but I also don't really want to worry too much about this. So let's give him that because he needs the U Super. Give him that, and give them that. So we should be good here. This will definitely be the last rotation. Then, like I said, the next rotation is going to be just basically all AGL, so it'll be nice. And we should have active skills on that one, too, so that'll be really nice. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Now, I'm a little worried because my health is a lot lower than I would like it to be. But since this is an all AGL stage, I'm not super concerned. Though the biggest downside here, obviously, is going to be the fact that, number one, He's sealed, which is bad. I'll go ahead and do my active skill, see what we can get off here. 5 mil, no crit, but you know what? That's a good hit. That's a solid hit. Who's going to have the best defense? So obviously Gohan's going to have the best defense. Goku, I'm very much going to be relying on him to do his counterattack. I don't like the feel of this one. This is definitely not where I'd like to be with this. But it is what it is. Let's do that. There we go. That'll be a lot of key for the next rotation. It doesn't matter what we give MUI, because MUI is unfortunately sealed. So that is the downside. It's another reason why we want to stack early, because when you get here, you're not going to be able to stack. All right, Goku, if you get SA'd, which you most likely will, I really needed you to do your counter here. I need to be able to rely on you for that. I think it's like a 70%, but come on. Let's make it work. So we've got a 4 mil attack stat. Let's see what he does here. 3.7. That's not bad. Obviously, would have preferred to have crit. All right. What you going to do here? We still got 1 million damage out. Oh, and he dodged. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So great. We are in excellent shape. And we have the revival on this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to transform them. They will get their active skill off. Only a 1-7 with a crit. That is unfortunate. Let's see. So their defense is 220. Probably could have stacked that a little bit further. Let's go and do that. Oof, not even a mil. Ugh. That's bad. That's really bad. You know what? We're going to do this. So I can give... I'll give this Goku... I know they have less defense, but look at that attack. Let's go ahead and feed them. That defense is going to hurt a little bit, but we are healing a lot, so maybe it'll play out. I can keep them on rotation, but they are sealed once again, so they're not going to do anything. So we'll do that, and... That'll actually be better, because that's going to give him the full 18 key experience. All right, let's go. Ooh, unable to attack due to fear. That's perfect. Now, that hit right there is exactly why I say we got to be really defensive here. Notice how much damage they took in comparison to other units. Now, admittedly, they're going to take a lot less now, but, you know, that early damage before they get any SAs off really doesn't feel great. We'll probably wind up having to use the revival here, but we've got so much damage on him. So much damage. I'm really hoping... All right, so we should get the revival here. Perfect. And we'll be back to an all AGL stage. All right. So far, we haven't needed a single item. We probably could have been more comfortable using one, but we haven't needed one yet. Now, this is where it's going to get dicey, because I kind of feel like unless we really hammer down with our AGLs, we're going to... We might not get so lucky twice, but let's see what happens. The main thing is here we need to keep our AGLs basically in a defensive position. We can't be so haphazard anymore. All right, so we got both the Gohans. Which Gohan is more defensive? Oh, this one by a country mile. Let's go. All right, and he is not sealed, so we can just go ahead and feed him everything he needs there. I'll drop down a good bit of AGL key. Goku will get his U Super, but not a crazy good one. Then I can drop that down and make life a little bit more comfortable for us next turn. All right, 7.6 mil attack stat. What kind of number could we actually get out of it? We really hope for a crit here. 5.7, no crit. And no double attack. Oof. Oof. Okay. All right, Goku, what you got? 5.6 mil. And a secondary attack, but not... It is critical, at least. All right, so we're going to get double attacks here to Gohan. No critical. We just need one more really good hit, and we are done. Let's go. Okay, so Gohan's got to tank this. It hurt. It hurt, and it was definitely life-threatening, but it's not life-ending. All right. So, active skill, let's go. Come on! It did nothing. No critical, no nothing. All right, so... Keeping Gohan on the front purely for defenses. Oh, man, our tech unit is sealed. That is bad news. That is truly bad news. Let's do this. We'll get some healing out here. And with them being sealed, there's very little we can do. Really hoping for a good hit here out of Goku. Come on. It's up to you, man. It is 100% up to you. Let's finish this. Oh, come on. One more hit. One more. Let's go. All right. So if this doesn't do it, the next hit definitely will. But there you guys go. No items needed. We did use the revival, but you know what? He's a tough opponent. He's a very tough opponent. So, let's showcase that team one more time. Go get your Naturon Shenron run, Naturon Shenron run done. It's a mouthful. I won't say it was easy. It was definitely dicey. It could have been better at times. We did get a bit unlucky at times with who he stunned, or I say stunned, who he locked down and who he sealed. But for the most part, I'd say a lot of people probably could replicate this in and of themselves. So, there is our team. No items required. You guys saw it here. Like, comment, share. I'll be back with more for you guys coming up really soon. In fact, we got to talk about the other two Shenrons coming up here really quick. So, subscribe and stay tuned.